Hello, I'm Thomas W. Case, American poet and author. Trying to promote my writing, my poetry. I have 2 published books. CD Town Blues Collected Poems. It's available on Amazon.com, and my latest book, It's Just a Hop, Skip, and a Jump to the Madhouse, is also available on Amazon.com. In May, I have a book due out called Sleep Always Calls Poems, and then in June, Aluminum Cowboys Poems and Short Stories. They're all on Amazon.com. My website is www.thomaswcase.com, and I'll read some from the upcoming books. This one's called Kathy and the Fractured Dreams. Kathy always sat in a small booth at the end of the bar. She had that empty cup loneliness, the kind that never goes away. We got drunk together and danced like puppets in prison, injured by the night. Tarantulas and scorpions crawled the desert of her heart, and I squeezed her ass while we waltzed in the neon pain. She said, "For $10, I'll suck it until you give up." I said, "You're too late, Kathy. Let's find a chestnut stallion and ride the hell out of here." All right, this one's called A Sad Day at the Track. On our way to Santa Anita one day, an old man had tipped over in his wheelchair. There was a pool of blood behind his smooth head. I was with my dad. He was around the same age as the poor injured man. I was 12. Seeing that man and watching the blank stares of the apathetic crowd gathered around the man and the blood and the fallen wheelchair, I knew that nobody would win, and the horses that ran were the luckiest of us all. All right, here's another one called In Sleep. The words and lines aren't coming today. I lie down for a nap. I dreamt of metaphors and similes. I woke up. The years swim away like bass at spawning time. All right, another one called She Hates the Irish. Lola's grandmother didn't like the Irish. Lola said, "For fuck's sake, don't tell her you're Irish. She hates the Irish." "Why?" I asked. "I don't know. She does though, so don't even mention the Irish." Lola was my girlfriend many years ago in California. She had long black hair and the eyes of a serial killer. Those green eyes could go cold in a flash. She was French and Native American. We didn't handle our booze well. We fought and fucked our afternoons away. Occasionally, her grandmother called and wanted help with something or another. After a few drinks one night, I said, "The old girl seems to like me. I'm going to tell her I'm Irish." "Don't you dare," Lola said. "She won't ever speak to you again." We didn't last long. You can't fuck, fight, and drink forever. Lola slit her wrists on a drunken champagne night after my sister's wedding. Blood and booze all over my white Oldsmobile. She ended up in a psych ward in Ventura. I drove up and down the coast, sad about Lola and about the seagulls diving on the beach for trash on all those hazy afternoons. Years later, I did one of those genetic tests. It turns out that I'm more Scottish rather than Irish, and Lola's grandmother is long dead. The pipes are calling. I'll do one more from one of the upcoming books. I believe this is in Sleep Never Calls. It'll be out in May. The poems don't come tonight as I sit at this maple desk that has been such a loyal friend. The plastic autumn leaves sit quietly in a vase on the back corner. Burnt orange, raw sienna, melancholy ochre, silent and perfect with no life. When I'm not writing, I make necklaces, shark teeth, puka shells, turquoise, coral. They hang silently next to the blue wooden sign that reads, "Relax." The A in relax is a sailboat drifting out to sea. Even the orchid by the window isn't blooming yet. Myopic migraines, kaleidoscope vision, and tonight, the words have sailed away. I'll read a couple from my latest books. They are on Amazon.com. CD Town Blues Collected Poems, and it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to the Madhouse. Both on Amazon. This poem's from Hop, Skip, and Jump. This one's called Along the Way. All the hard times prepared me for this. The hopeless times, black sun sadness, starving like a winter tomcat. The hospital stays, jails, and psych wards, the fist fights under bridges, midnight swims drunk in the Iowa River, not drowned, only out of spite. All of this and much more got me ready for this. I'm sitting up in bed, it's 5 a.m. My 3 cats chase each other like lovers in spring. I've been sober for almost 2 years. I even quit smoking cigarettes. I'm writing regularly and publishing much of it. It's mostly well received worldwide. I'm sipping a hot cup of coffee. It's from Sumatra and has notes of herbs and earth. I look at the picture of Van Gogh and Hemingway above my antique maple desk as I listen to Mozart. A writer needs 4 walls. I have so much more. Children, wisdom, cats, and gratitude. The most important thing I found. And I'll read one from CD Town. How about the pull of the streets? It's hard to understand unless you've been there. There is a pull to the streets. I can't count how many dead-end jobs I've held, how many roach-infested rooms I've crashed in. The inevitable day comes when I tell the boss, "Fuck you, I don't need this shit." I walked out into the misty afternoon. I looked left, then right. I drowned out thoughts of the future with a cheap pint of vodka. I see one-eyed George on my travails. He's half lit, living in the woods. "Don't let the bastards get you down," he says, as he stumbles by, bent, and taking a standing 8 count. Mickey the Midget stops me a block from my flop house. "Tommy boy, I'm sick. Got a couple of bucks so an old drunk can get well?" I slipped him a 5. He says with a tear in his eye, "God bless you, Tommy. You know, I had it all. I'm afraid the streets own me now." "Keep your chin up," I say as I plummet down the street, pretending tomorrow is a decade away. I climb the 3 flights of my stairs to my room, slip the key in the lock, turn the knob. It opens. I love these little miracles, I say under my breath. My 3-legged cat, Walter, saunters up to me. He's white with marmalade splotches. He does his best to rub up against my leg. I pet his matted fur. I passed out in an alley one night and woke up to Walter lying next to me. I think something crawled into my ear and made a home. It's been there ever since. I crashed down on my chair and watched Walter scratch the door with his one front leg. He hasn't been neutered. He gets the pull of the streets. I let him out and take a long swig of the vodka. The potion does its magic. Life doesn't look so bad. There will be other jobs, and I still have 2 weeks left in this dump of a room. A writer needs 4 walls. Yet, there is always the pull of the streets. Thomas W. Case, American poet and author. My books are available on Amazon.com, and my website is www.thomaswcase.com. If you like what you heard, please subscribe. Thank you.